Welcome back to the finale of Season 4 of Barguments, presented by Labatt Blue Light. Barguments, the #1 place on the internet where the world's biggest bar arguments are settled for cash. And this $1,000 will be going to one of these two gentlemen, whoever wins and acquits themselves the best in this final. How do you guys feel?
Good. He's been up against some big time contests. You stepped in against PFT out of nowhere. You just Trista.
I'm almost nervous. I'm running out of gas. I think I finally ran into Mike Tyson.
Good. Yeah. It'll take you down. I feel good. I feel confident.
This is a tough one for sure. Any kind of split that's going to be made, or is it a winner take all? What's going on here, fellas?
I would say 500 to you, but otherwise.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And the winner is large. No, we are going to do this by the book and completely ethically because nothing is more important than crowning the next Barguments king. Before we get started, let's introduce everybody to the Peanut Gallery. The Peanut Gallery will be back here weighing in for their chance to win $100 cash. And they also have a little switch right underneath the bar where whenever they hear a good point, they can turn a light on over someone's head to let you at home know who they're riding with. Are you guys ready to find out what your final Barguments topic is?
Let's do it.
The final Barguments topic, simple and relatable. Would you rather be Dave Portnoy's guy or Tom Brady's guy?
Whoa.
Feits, you're familiar with both of them, so I'll let you choose first. Would you rather be Dave Portnoy's guy, body man, working closely with him, or Tom Brady's guy?
I got to go Tom Brady's guy.
Let's bargain.
I got to go Tom Brady's guy because Tom Brady's guy, he has someone who managed a hedge fund now, one of his former guys. Tom Brady's also got a guy who was in charge of TB12 Sports, Alex Guerrero. Tom Brady's guys go on to do very great things. I think if we're talking about Dave Portnoy's guys, thus far we got Handsome Hank, doing great things, still at Barstool Sports. Spider, still at Barstool Sports. Frankie Borelli, and don't get me wrong, a successful place to be, but we're not managing hedge funds and we're not managing TB12 Sports either.
I know a lot of hedge fund managers. I don't like them, and I'm at that end of my career, so I'm okay to actually do something where I would rather hitch my wagon onto someone young in their career like Dave than someone who's probably going to walk away from everything in 2 years. I'm not saying that's the easier road. It's a much tougher road to be Dave's lackey, but I think it's going to be certainly more interesting. I like tomatoes. There are no tomatoes in Tom Brady's.
Yeah, I get to eat them, right? It's like when your girl's eating food, she's like, I don't like this. Like, don't worry, I got it then.
Big pizza guy. I love you know me in Miami, it just makes sense. Clubs and shit like that, so it just goes to me. And it's the ultimate suck-up answer for me. Right? It's my fucking boss. It was the easiest one. I'm glad you took the other.
And also, I think like you're right, Brady's at the end of his career.
Yeah.
But I think that means he's going to move on. I think he just founded a production company. Maybe we got politics in the future.
Oh,
that's
politics. Your fucking history in politics? Are you kidding me?
But it's. I don't have to wear that front-facing thing. I'm the guy behind the scenes. I'm the guy who can get dirty because I have that dirty history.
I don't think Tom Brady could ever confide in somebody like you just because, and you know I love you, but because of your history, you're a fucking liability. I think I'm the opposite because Dave has a couple of things in the window he's probably not too proud about. I classed the thing up a little bit. I guess, I'm a family man, got a death whistle, I'm about to blow it. So I think the only thing that is the downside for me, I think the upside downside is that the lifestyle might kill me, right? Because I'm at the end of my rope a little bit. But I think it's ultimate upside for within the company. And you mentioned like Frankie.
Here's the thing that plays for me that you're happily married, right?
Yes.
You're all that. I can catch Tom Brady runoff. Dave Portnoy doesn't allow runoff. Dave Portnoy's got his pool tight.
Right.
Tom Brady's like, look, I got Giselle at home. Here you go. Here's my guy John. Talk to him.
Right. My wife and I are fighting. I don't know if you know that. It doesn't look like we're getting through this one. So it's a whole new fresh set of downs for me. So
but you're still not catching any runoff because Dave's not letting anything slide.
Oh, because he's keeping them all? Yeah. I'll grab some.
Trista, what are you thinking? What are you thinking in this back and forth?
Both guys making compelling points. I think large. Yeah, I think ultimately I would rather take Feits' point of view just because the runoff. The runoff is a key piece.
Is key.
Frankie, like the runoff?
And also Tom Brady's being Tom Brady's guy, you don't have to deal with a ton of shit. Right? Tom Brady's at this stage of his career rather beloved gentleman. Dave Portnoy is still in the mud every day.
But
I mean, you just got to go to the NFL and say, sorry, we lost the Super Bowl trophy. We were playing catch.
Yeah,
we the guy do both.
The Lombardi Trophy floats. Don't worry, I did research. No one's losing anything.
What about the guy we just had that did both?
We had a guy who did both. One he loved, one didn't last so long.
Yeah.
Probably has me leaning towards that other one.
He was a weaker mind, though, right? I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges, right?
Can I just say the only thing better than runoff is cheese pizza, and you get unlimited cheese pizza if you're with Dave. You don't have to work.
I
Did
get
you
cheese
just
pizza
say,
with Tom Brady 'cause he's not
pizza
eating it. I
is
get
better
to eat
than
it.
sex?
You don't have to work for
You've
cheese
never had
pizza.
sex with me. The answer is yes.
Frank, you want the runoff of the pizza?
You know, the pizza's good.
There you go,
That's what I'm saying, Frank.
These are really compelling arguments.
good
These are
one.
strong arguments
Excellent
both
question.
way. Large, why don't you try and distill it down to just the simplest way that you can put your argument, and then Feits, I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Right. I think that my upside with Dave Portnoy at this point in his career is limitless. I think your upside with Tom Brady might be limited.
I think I'll get more pussy with Tom.
Unbelievable closing arguments from both of these gentlemen. A final befitting of the $1,000 from Labatt Blue Light, and a final befitting of the crown of the next king of the Barguments. But only one of these men can win it. And at the end of the day, the consistency in the arguments that Feidelberg made make him the new Barguments champion. He had stats.
Great.
He had information. Maybe it was made up. Maybe it was all a bunch of lies. But the way that he argued it and the way that he spun it, this, sir, is for you. And we also have an extra $100 to give
$1,000
out.
for that death whistle.
We also have $100 to give out to whoever around the bar acquitted themselves the best today, and I can't give that to anybody but myself. So I'm going to hang on to this money right now, and that's another wrap on a season of Barguments where we settle the world's biggest bar arguments right here, presented by the good folks over at Labatt Blue Light. Get yourself a Labatt Blue, sit down with your closest friends and hash it out, and we'll see you next season on Barguments.
Sounds like an elephant.